going on, Jerome's? So, wow. Major blockbuster trade going down in the National Football League as the Buffalo Bills are sending star receiver Stefon Diggs to the Houston Texans. And, of course, us being Vikings fans, we have some thoughts on Diggs, which we'll get to in a second. But, Schefter, go. Blockbuster. Bills are finalizing a trade to send four-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Stefon Diggs to the Houston Texans for draft pick compensation. Sources tell ESPN. An update on the draft comp. So, the Bills are 2025. Bills get the 2025 second round pick via the Vikings. So the Vikings involved in both Stefon Diggs trades, which is hilarious. And the Texans received Diggs as well as a sixth rounder this year, as well as a 2025 fifth round pick, which at the end of the day, it's not a lot. And we'll get into the ramifications for both teams in a second. But, of course, we as Vikings fans, we're Vikings fans. The Minneapolis Miracle is a highlight, even though it was just a divisional round game. Anyways, but yeah, Stefon Diggs, Minneapolis Miracle man, fifth round pick out of Maryland, and he was great value, and he was a great player for a long time, but of course, very famous. None of his teammates want him to date their sister, which I think is funny. And, of course, Diggs was traded in 2020, and the draft picks from the Buffalo Bills allowed the Vikings to draft Justin frickin' Jefferson, and for that we thank you. Even though, Spielman, we are not trading Stefon Diggs, or whatever, Rick. Sure. But, I mean, Diggs, they had some great moments in Buffalo, 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons. He and Josh Allen were like this at times, but also they were like this at times. And it seemed like it was just a matter of time before the Bills would get sick of Stefon Diggs and they would trade him. And that's exactly what they did. But I will say this. The honeymoon period with Diggs is always fantastic. And with C.J. Stroud and company, and with Nico and with Tank Dell, baby, the Texans really do have a stew going. And like we said, Stefon Diggs, who who is only 30 years old. So, I mean, obviously he still has some good football left in him. He's still one of the cleanest route runners in the game. And there's times in Buffalo, like, well, who was number 2? Gabe Davis, Cole Beasley? Nah. But he and Josh Allen did have quite a connection. I mean, a 1,500-yard season in 2020. They just couldn't get over the hump against the Chiefs, and it happens, right? But Diggs, 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons. He has 29 total touchdowns over the last 3 years, so he can still do the damn thing. But what's interesting is that the Bills, so not a lot of trade comp. I mean, basically they're giving up draft picks and only getting a second rounder back, but also they're eating $31 million in dead cap, and the Bills are a team that don't really have the space to eat $31 million dead. So I'm sure that there will be stories coming out about this. Plus, I mean, the receiver room right now is Curtis Samuel. All right, so the receiver room right now is Curtis Samuel, Mac Hollins, Andy Isabella, KJ Hamler. Great. Fantastic. Good time. So, I wonder if the Bills are going to be trading up for a wide receiver. Who knows, man? But the Texans offense, woo. I mean, come on. So, not only is Laramie Tunsil one of the best left tackles in the game, C.J. Stroud is literally rising up and frankly should have been in the MVP conversation last year. They signed up Joe Mixon. They still got Damon Pierce on the ground. And Nico, Stefon Diggs, and Tank Dell, come on. Also got a healthy John Mechie, Robert Woods. Woods is probably gone, but that's the whole thing. Like, Nico Collins is one of the best X receivers in the game. Tank Dell is doing fun Tank Dell things all around, and Stefon Diggs, it can still move the sticks in the middle of the field as well as is a threat in the red zone. Come on, and so it's a multifaceted thing. Number one, the Bills are giving Stefon Diggs away to a conference rival. The Texans are going to be in the mix for a long time. For a long time. Number 2, they're eating dead cap, $31 million, and number 3, they didn't get a lot in return. So there's so much going on with the Bills and Stefon Diggs, and I don't want to say I told you so as a Vikings fan, but I kind of told you so. And also to add another wrinkle to this, and I'm not saying that the league is scripted, but I'm not saying that. So the Houston Texans visit U.S. Bank Stadium. It'll be Stefon Diggs' first time playing against his former team at U.S. Bank Stadium. Remember, the Vikings played the Bills in 2022, but that was, of course, in Orchard Park. Ha! Also, Danielle Hunter went to the Texans, so he reunites with Diggs, and they'll be coming back in. And also, you got the Falcons coming on. Come on. Also, Rodgers and the Jets coming to U.S. Bank Stadium. Come on, man. But it is super interesting, and I mean, the Texans are going to be badass. The Texans are going to be tough. You love what DeMeco Ryans is doing with that defense, Stroud in that offense, and now all the weapons is going to be. I mean, Stroud in that offense was going to be top dog before the Diggs trade, and now, baby. But your thoughts are thoughts. Bills, a blockbuster trade, sending wide receiver Stefon Diggs to the Texans. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.